Hello everyone. Gabriel here from BetterAMS. I hope you're doing amazing. Today we're going over sponsor products, auto campaigns. We're going to have a lot of fun on this video. You and I are going to build an auto campaign together from scratch. We're going to analyze all of the 4 available targeting groups for auto campaigns, and it'll be a lot of fun, guys. We're going to have a really good time on this sponsor products automatic campaigns video. Before we get started, I would like to invite you to become a listener of our podcast, Better Advertising with BetterAMS. Every episode is packed with tons of value, guys, on the brand side, on the advertising side, on the retail media side. Every episode is packed with lots of insights. You cannot miss it. It's a must listen for everybody involved in e-commerce, retail media, and Amazon. Auto campaigns philosophy. We're going to go over what do we think or what do we believe a good auto campaign should look like, what it should have, how it should be named, how it should be structured, what is the mindset and the goal we should have for auto campaigns. You and I are going to create a campaign together from scratch. I'm going to show you step by step how do we create auto campaigns at BetterAMS. And we're going to go a little bit of the advertising platform here to discuss auto campaigns placements, because they show everywhere on Amazon, but at the same time, each one of the targeting groups shows in different places. So we're going to go over that so you have more clarity on how each one of the targeting groups work. That is probably some of the most valuable insights on the entire video. We're going to go over sponsor products auto targeting structure. As I said, we're going to show you how we name our campaigns. And we're going to go a little bit into how to collect data and how to adjust bits based on performance, probably a part 2 on just harvesting keyword data alone, both keyword and product target data. So let's get started, guys. What is BetterAMS auto campaign philosophy? Does Amazon know your product? Does Amazon understand what does your product do? What's your product made of? What's the need your product can satisfy? Okay. That is super important before you decide to start running auto campaigns. It's important you somewhat train the algorithm so that Amazon understands where the algorithm should show or can show your products. Okay, so this is super important. I write a few bullet points here. If your product has a good amount of reviews, it's a good idea to run an auto campaign. If your product has good sales history, it's a good idea to run an auto campaign. If you have exact match campaigns and you have isolated your top 5, your top 10, your top 15, 25 keywords, it is a good idea to run auto campaigns. Now, I don't want to hold anybody from launching an auto campaign that if they are launching a new product, but you have to be a bit more conservative, okay? You cannot lead your advertising strategy with auto campaigns alone. I want to leave that clear from the beginning. This is probably one of 5 different ways you can allocate your advertising budget. It should not be probably even 20% of your total advertising budget, but they generate really good results. The CPCs are usually cheaper than other targeting types available, such as keyword targeting or product targeting. And you are using Amazon's power, Amazon's AI, Amazon's algorithm, whatever you want to call it, to go get you sales. So they are important, but I don't want you to, put all of your bets on one single targeting type, one single ad type within the platform. Okay. So from our perspective, if your product has review sales history, a good amount of exact match, phrase match campaigns, and your product is retail ready, meaning it has beautiful images, it has A+ content, it has well-written bullet points, ChatGPT enhanced bullet points, right? You should have auto campaigns and you should be taking advantage of this particular ad type, okay? Now, auto campaign creation process. Let's go over what does it look like to create a campaign, okay? If you go over the advertising console and you click on create campaign, you'll be displayed the 3 different available ad types: sponsor products, sponsor brands, sponsor display. Auto targeting is only available through sponsored products, okay? We don't have auto targeting available on sponsored brands, on sponsored display, or sponsored display. It's only available through sponsored products, okay? So we're going to select sponsored products. And the first thing the advertising console is going to ask us is the ad group name. I would name it something like auto. And we will go over what the campaign name will look like in a bit. Then Amazon will ask you to enter your products. And this is something important because it depends on how granular you want to go. let's say if I'm selling mouse pads, right? It's a dumb example, but let's say we're selling mouse pads and I have the exact same mouse pad across, I don't know, 5 different colors, 20 different colors. And I want to make sure all of them get exposure based on the stuff we're going to analyze later. I would add all of them within the campaign. But if they have separate designs, let's say one is a licensed product, it's a Hello Kitty mouse pad, and the other one has some interesting avocado cartoons, like they don't align, right? A licensed product like a Hello Kitty mouse pad would not align with something like an avocado illustration, right? So we would keep those separate and we would be granular on the results we want to get there. On targeting, we are selecting automatic targeting, and here's where it starts to get interesting, because we're setting the bits by targeting group. That's what we're going to do, and it will show us a drop-down menu of the available targeting groups: close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. Okay, what do they mean? What are they for? Okay, we're going to go over that. And we're stopping right now the campaign creation process so that we can go over what are the targeting groups? What does that mean? What does close match mean? What does substitutes mean? What do they do? Where is my product going to show up based on these targeting types? So both close match and loose match show on search results. Okay, and let's see what Amazon has to say about these. So close match. Amazon will show your ad to people looking for products like yours. For example, if you sell 600 count cotton sheets, Amazon will display your ad when people search for things like cotton sheets, 400 count sheets, okay? So close match shows on search results. So when you type something on the Amazon search bar and you see Amazon displaying thousands of results, well, close match is doing that for us, okay? Now let's look at loose match. Loose match also shows on search results, but there's a slight difference. And as per Amazon words, Amazon will show your ad to people looking for products like yours, okay? For example, if you sell 600 count cotton sheets, Amazon will show an ad when shoppers use search terms like bed sheets, bath sheets, and bath towels, okay? So on loose match, although we still show on search results, the keywords are slightly broader, okay? The keywords are probably a bit more vague than the close match targeting group. And that's completely fine, but it's important we understand it, because most of the time when we are setting up auto campaigns, we go by these and we don't really have an idea of what this is about, what is this going to do for us. So show on search results, close match and loose match, and they're slightly different one from each other, okay? Now, substitutes and complements, they show on product detail pages. What does product detail pages mean? When you are inside the page of a product on Amazon, this is where these two targeting groups may show up, okay? So substitutes, we will show your ad to shoppers who use detail pages of products similar to yours. What does this mean is if someone happens to be at one product detail page, that's where this ad might appear, okay? If your product is Doppler 400 count cotton sheets, we will show an ad on detail pages, including yours, including your competitors, including the newly brand launched, okay? That include 300 count cotton sheets and Queen 400 count sheets, okay? So substitutes, it's kind of the sister brother of close match in a way, because as you see, we're showing up on detail pages that have two products which are very similar to ours, okay? Now on complements, we'll show your ad to shoppers who view the detail pages of your product that complement your product. So this is slightly different. If your product is Doppler 400 count cotton sheets, we will show an ad on detail pages that include Queen Comforter and feather pillows. Okay, what does my product have to do with feather pillows? Well, they are complements, okay? They complete each other. They go through the purchase path, and people might get both, or people might get just one, okay? But that's what complements is doing here. So getting back to, or based on these available targeting groups, how should we work the campaign structure? Or in other words, how should we name our campaigns? Well, the proposal we have is to name your campaigns based on your ASIN or product groups. So if you are advertising all of your mouse pads, you could do mouse pads, and then SP stands for sponsored products, auto, and I would add the targeting groups I have on that campaign. So that would be close match and loose match. And I added here at the end low bid just to emphasize that these are tend to be super conservative. These are not supposed to be an aggressive strategy. These are not supposed to be something where you are gonna try to increase your sales. This is more for data collection purposes. So I encourage you to, be conservative on these because they can generate super good results as long as you're staying conservative and as long as you have patience to collect data on these campaigns. So I would put it like this, okay? If we're gonna have close match and loose match on only, we have to turn off the other two targeting groups. So in this example, we have turned off substitutes and complements because we're gonna focus on the two available targeting groups which show up on search results, okay? And as I said before, please don't follow Amazon suggested bids. Those bids are too high. You could lose a lot of money before you convert a sale. Let's make sure that you adjust your bids to maybe 25 cents. If your CPC is already low on your account, I would probably go a little lower, maybe 10 cents. The lowest you can go is 2 cents in sponsored products. Maybe try even lower your starting bids a little bit lower and build your way up depending on the results you're seeing. Then, what does the other campaign would look like? Well, ASIN or product group, sponsored products, auto, substitutes, and complements. That's what S and C stand for. And again, I just added a little bit because I really want to emphasize these are for data collection purposes specifically, okay? What it would look like? Well, it would look like this. We would turn off close match and loose match, and we will leave on substitutes and complements, okay? I set the starting bid to 20 cents here, but I made it on purpose because I believe you could get cheaper traffic from product detail pages than you would from search results, all right? So let's launch our auto campaign. We have a good understanding of the available targeting groups. We have a good understanding about how to name our campaigns. We know 2 of them are going to show on search results. The other 2 are going to show on product detail pages. We know everything now. Okay, so what's Amazon asking for next? It's asking for negative product targeting or negative keyword targeting. This is up to you. At the very beginning, I would probably not add any negative targets. But if you want to make sure your brand doesn't show up for Samsung because you sell the Huawei earbuds, or you have the Samsung earbuds and you really don't want to show up on the AirPods because nobody who has an iPhone is going to get the Samsung AirPods, you could probably add, I don't know, the word AirPods or the word or the AirPod product itself, the AirPod ASIN, to just make sure you don't show up your ads on those products. Okay. Campaign bidding strategy. This could be a whole video, but campaign bidding strategy should be set to done only for an auto campaign. That's one of the ways to get the cheapest CPCs available. I would go for dynamic bids done only. And on the settings, you can add the campaign name. You can add a start date, an end date. If you plan to run this campaign indefinitely, I would probably just have a no end date setting and let it run, let it collect data. So collect data and adjust bids based on performance, okay? These will depend on your retail media strategy. It will depend on the amount of budget you want to allocate to R&D, but you can start increasing the budget based on the amount of sales you're seeing. If you're seeing a good ROAS, you can increase the bids if you're seeing a good amount of impressions and you're seeing a good amount of sales and it's still stable within your risk tolerance, your ACOS tolerance. It's all up to you, but at the same time, I have to make sure I provide you the benchmarks of what this typically looks like, okay? So we usually see super low CPCs compared to product targeting and keyword targeting in sponsored products specifically. So let the campaign run, okay? Let the campaign collect data. As you collect data, if you see you have 30 clicks and no sales on one particular keyword or product, you can add it as negative to start slowly optimizing where your auto campaign should collect more traffic. But ideally, you let this campaign run at a really low bid. The auto campaign collects data and you slowly start adding negatives. You slowly start increasing your budget out of necessity and you will see really good results out of it. So that's it about automatic sponsored products campaigns, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Feel free to leave your comments below if this was helpful. And let me know if you want part 2 about harvesting auto campaign data. Take care.